Well, I was a graduate student at Berkeley in those early years of the 60s. I finished as an undergraduate in 61 and went to England and to Paris for a while, and was really sort of awakened politically while I was in Paris, because this was during the period that the Algerians were carrying on their own national independence struggle, and there was a great deal of discussion of what was going on in the African continent, and I met many African students while I was there in Paris, and they really sort of opened my eyes to political struggle around the world. And by the time I got back to Berkeley to do graduate school, I was very much aware of the United States' role abroad, of what was going on in our civil rights movement in the States, and beginning my activist years. I got back to Berkeley 63, I think it was, but in 64 there was the free speech movement on the Berkeley campus, and many of the students who were involved in that, especially Mario Savio, had been south to the Southern Civil Rights Movement the summer before. So were busy really sharing their experience with others on campus and fundraising on behalf of the Southern movement. And that brought down the university administration on these activists. And the university administration called in security forces from all the neighboring towns. Some students participated in a sit-in in the administration building. When I left campus in the evening, some students were going in. By the time I woke up the next morning, the sit-in had gone on overnight, and the campus administrators had called in the police from all around. Actually, my mother woke me up saying, "Oh, I'm so glad to find you still in your apartment. I thought you were in Sproul Hall." And I said, "Why, what's going on in Sproul Hall, Mom?" She said, "Well, the police are arresting students." Of course, I rushed to campus to see students being dragged down Sproul Hall steps into, wagons and hauled off, and joined all the other students who were appalled by this in organizing a campus-wide strike. I was a teaching assistant at the time, and I became part of the striking teaching assistants. It was a very successful strike. We did close the university down temporarily. We did win the support of major unions who had workers on campus. And we won the first union for graduate students, I think, in the history of the country. So it was a successful campaign on the part of students. We did make some changes in the way the university was governed, and we affirmed that students have the right to be politically engaged and to bring that engagement onto campus and, to be involved in that way. But that was, again, a turning point for me in terms of understanding that with conviction and with the unity of a certain number of people, not a lot of people, I discovered, didn't require, thousands and thousands and thousands. It required people of real commitment and conviction working together, strategizing, challenging each other to make change.